The Portland Real Estate Market Report for June 2026. As Portland moves further into 2026, the spring real estate market stays healthy and is performing slightly better than in prior years. Pending sales are slightly higher and price reductions are slightly lower. Inventory remains seasonally high. The average price per square foot is dropping slightly, the only negative for sellers this spring so far. Buyer traffic remains elevated over prior years. Most of the statistics point to a slightly improved spring season. Keep in mind, the last few years had much slower summer, fall, and winter months, and inventory increases, and buyer traffic eventually subsides. We expect that to remain the same in 2026. This update provides an analysis of the latest metrics for inventory, traffic, and sales activity to help you navigate the months ahead. 2026 buyer traffic is increasing once again. In our 20-plus years studying and working in the Portland metro housing market, homebuyer traffic in Oregon remains one of the most important metrics we use to understand the state of the market at any given time. We use SentryLock lockbox data to achieve the most accurate understanding of these trends. Looking at the data for April, the last full month of available metrics, we see a total count of 73,492 for 2026. Quite a bit higher than the total of 67,567 in 2025, 65,919 in 2024, and 60,543 in 2023. Buyer traffic data shows continued increases. When comparing seasonal trends, we typically see an increase in traffic from March through May, followed by a slight tapering off in June, though numbers remain strong. The increase in traffic in the latest month of data, April, combined with higher than normal traffic in March and February, suggests strong demand as we head into the summer months. Portland monthly buyer traffic temperature. The current totals put the April time period in the very high warm temperature zone, indicating strong and consistent demand from buyers. Daily buyer traffic has been strong. We can get a clearer picture of what may come by analyzing the last 12 days. In our analysis, we account for the fact that weekend days are typically higher. Comparing this recent window to last year confirms that we are seeing higher values well over 2,000. Combined with the overall higher than average totals for March and February, June is shaping up to be a strong month, even if following the trend of being slightly lower than May. With buyer demand traffic high, the market stays healthy. These results indicate a healthy level of interest. Well-priced homes will continue to attract attention, which is a positive indicator for sellers looking to move their properties through the summer. Inventory levels are building seasonally. Inventory levels in Portland typically rise from March to September. This year we are seeing the same trend, and the totals remain relatively high. However, as we have seen in the last few months, we are possibly shifting away from ever-increasing year-over-year inventory. As of the latest data from May 2026, inventory has reached 1,391 listings. Last year, 2025, at about the same time, inventory was 1,575. In 2024, it was 1,414. Portland, Oregon inventory chart, courtesy of Fidelity National Title. Price reductions are slightly lower. From the latest data, we can see Greater Portland following its typical seasonal cycle. Price reductions decline from December to April, then begin to level out and rise through the summer months. As of the latest data point in May 2026, the percentage of listings with price reductions is 37.53%. This compares to 33.3% in the prior month and 32.93% in the month prior to that. Portland, Oregon price decreases chart, courtesy of Fidelity National Title. The current percentage is showing positive signs. The current total of 37.53% is slightly lower than the 40.19% observed during the same period in 2025, though still higher than the 30.55% in 2024 and 27.93% in 2023. While we remain above the average for the last 4 years, which typically aligns with higher than average inventory data, This year's lower percentage is a welcome sign for sellers, suggesting a slightly healthier market through the summer and the remainder of 2026. Average pricing is lowering. Based on the latest price per square foot data, our preferred metric for Portland property values, we can see that Portland's overall values are following the seasonal trend of lowering from late April through December. The current average price per square foot is $314, compared to $319 in the prior month and $322 in the month before that. Portland, Oregon price per square foot chart, courtesy of Fidelity National Title. The current total is lower than 2025, $317, 2024, $323, and 2023, $317. This lower than normal pricing can be seen as an extension of the unseasonably low values from late 2025, but it doesn't entirely align with the slight inventory declines and price decreases seen recently. New listing and pending sales remain consistent. In April, there were 3,396 new listings in the Portland metro area, reflecting a seasonal rise in listings through May. We are also seeing a 1.1% year-over-year increase from April 2025, 3,358. We're seeing slightly better results in pending sales. April 2026 saw 2,356 pending sales, up 5.9% from 2,225 in April 2025. Pending sales trends have remained relatively consistent and healthy year over year, but this year the totals have stood out higher since February, reflecting steady buyer demand even as more inventory becomes available. This performance of pending sales relative to closed sales points toward a slightly stronger pipeline of activity heading into the slower summer months. Advice for buyers and sellers. With inventory levels staying seasonally consistent and buyer traffic maintaining a strong pace, both buyers and sellers should be able to accomplish both their goals. Still, for sellers, the data indicate that while homes are moving, accurate pricing is paramount. For buyers, the upcoming slower summer months will offer increased inventory and more negotiation power. Conclusion. With inventory and price decreases high yet lower than usual during the spring buying season, combined with slightly higher pending sales, the market is active and poised to benefit buyers and sellers by meeting demand. Ready to start? Our top 1% buyers agents and top 1% Portland sellers agents are standing by and ready to help. With over 20 years of local experience and over 2,000 sales under our belt, we're ready to give you the advice and support you need. Our sellers agents charge less than the average, 1.7%, and provide more marketing to sell your house fast and for a great price. Our buyer agents are local experts who have worked with every type of home.